Can you by no drift of circumstance get from him why he puts on this confusion, grating so harshly all his days of quiet with turbulent and dangerous lunacy?
He does confess he feels himself distracted, but from what cause he will by no means speak.
Nor do we find him forward to be sounded, but with a crafty madness keeps aloof, when we would bring him on to some confession of his true state. Did he receive you well?
Most like a gentleman.
But with much forcing of his disposition.
Niggard of question, but of our demands most free in his reply.
Did you say him to any pastime?
Madam, he so fell out that certain prayers we all wrought on the way, of these we told him, and there did seem in him a kind of joy to hear of it. They are about the court, and as I think, they have already ordered this knight to play before him.
It is most true. He did beseech me to entreat your majesties to hear and see the matter.
With all my heart, and it doth much content me to hear him so inclined. Good gentle ones, give him a further edge and drive his purpose on to these delights.
We shall, my lord.
Leave us too. We have closely sent for Hamlet hither, that he, as well by accident, may hear affront Ophelia. Her father and myself, lawful as files, will so bestow ourselves that, seeing, unseen, we may of their encounter frankly judge, and gather by him as he is behaved, if be the affliction of his love or no that thus he suffers from.
I shall obey you. And for your part, Ophelia, I do wish that your good beauties be the happy cause of Hamlet's wildness. So shall I hope your virtues will bring him to his wonted way again, to both your arms.
Madam, I wish it may.
Ophelia, what you hear, gracious, so please, we will bestow ourselves. Read on this, that the show of such an exercise may color your loneliness. We are oft to blame in this, 'tis too much true, that with devotion's visage and pious actions we sugar all the devil himself.
Oh, 'tis too true. Smart a lash, that speech doth give my conscience. The harlot's cheek, beautied with plastering art, is not more ugly to the thing that helps it than is my deed to my most painted word. Heavy burden. Not to be. That is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of trouble, and by opposing, end them, or die. To sleep no more. And by asleep to say we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished, to die, or to sleep. To sleep perchance to dream. Ah, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come when we have shuffled off this mortal coin must gives us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time? The oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of despised love, the insolence of office, and the spurns that patient merit of the unworthy takes when he himself might his quietus make with a bare bodkin. Who would these fardels bear? To grunt and sweat under a weary life. thread of something after death, that undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveller returns, puzzles the will. And makes us rather bear those ills we have, than fly to those we know not of. Thus conscience does make cowards of us all. And thus the native hue of resolution is sicklied o'er with the pale cast of thought, and enterprises of great pith and moment in this regard. The currents turn awry and lose the name of action. Soft now, fair few. Nymph and I orisons be all my sins remembered.
Good my lord, how does your honor for this many a day?
I humbly thank you. Well, well.
My lord, I have remembrances of yours that I have longed to redeliver. I pray you now receive them.
No, I never gave you aught.
My honored lord, you know right well you did. And with them words of so sweet breath composed as made the things more rich. Their perfume lost, take these again. For to the noble mind rich gifts wax poor when givers prove unkind. There, my lord.
Are you honest?
My lord.
Are you fair?
What means your lordship?
That if you be honest and fair, your honesty should admit no discourse to your beauty.
Could beauty, my lord, have better commerce than with honesty?
Aye, truly. For the power of beauty will sooner transform honesty from what it is into a bond than the force of honesty can translate beauty into his likeness. This was sometimes a paradox, but now it's hard to get to the root. I did love you.
Indeed, my lord, you make me believe so.
You should not have believed me. For virtue cannot so inoculate us of our old stuff, but we shall relish of it. I loved you not.
I was the more deceived.
Get thee to a nunnery. Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? I am myself indifferent honest, but yet I could accuse me of such things that it were better my mother had not borne me. I'm very proud, revengeful, ambitious, with more offenses at my neck than I have thoughts to put them in imagination to give them shape or time to act them in. What should such fellows as I do, crawling between earth and heaven? We are errant knaves all, believe none of us go thy ways to a nunnery. Where's your father?
At home?
That the doors be shut upon him, that he may play the fool nowhere but in his own house. Farewell.
Oh, help him, you sweet heavens!
If thou needst marry a fool, go thy ways to a nunnery and quickly to farewell. Or marry a fool, for wise men know well enough what monsters you make of them. To a nunnery go and quickly to farewell.
Oh, heavenly powers, restore him!
I have heard of your paintings too. God hath given you one face, and you give yourselves another. You jig, you amble, you lisp, and you nickname God's creatures and make your wantonness your ignorance. Don't you want no more on it? It has made me. I say we will have no more marriages.
Oh.
Those that are married already, all but one shall live. The rest shall keep as they are. To a nunnery go.
scholars, soldiers, I, tongue, sword, going down. The rose and expectancy of the fair state, the glass of fashion and the mold of form, the observed of all observers. And I, of ladies most dejected, wretched, that sucked the honey of his music vows, now see that noble and most sovereign reason, like sweet bells jangled, that of tune and harsh, that unmatched form and feature of blown youth, blasted with ecstasy. Oh, woe is me, to have seen what I've seen. See what I see.
Love, his affections do not that way tend, nor what he spake or wit like former little was not like madness. There is something in his soul, o'er which his melancholy sits on brood, and I do doubt the hatching to disclose will be some danger, which for to prevent I have in quick determination thus set it down. He shall with speed to England, for the demand of our neglected tribute. Haply the seas and countries different, with variable objects shall expel this something settled matter in his heart, whereon his brain still beating puts him thus from fashion of himself. What think you want?
It shall do well, but yet I do believe the origin and commencement of his grief sprang from neglected love. How now, Ophelia? You need not tell us what Lord Hamlet said, we heard it all. My lord, do as you please, but if you deem it fit, after the play, let his queen mother all alone entreat him to show his grief. Let her be round with him. I'll be placed, so please you, in the ear of all their conference. If she find him not, then to England send him, or confine him, where your wisdom best shall think.
It shall be so. Madness and great ones must not unwatched go.